Hello, my name is Taylor White, and today I will be talking about Near Field Communication, or NFC. Some of the topics that will be discussed are shown here. I will begin introducing the technology by explaining what it is, what use cases it has, and what are some of the things that NFC excels at. I will then move on to explain some of the underlying complexity in the communication behind the NFC's set of standards. Afterwards, I will provide a brief history of how NFC was developed and what it evolved from, finally followed by a short demonstration of NFC at work. So you're probably wondering, what is NFC? What can it do? NFC is a set of short-range wireless protocols. With a speed of only half a megabit per second, it is essentially a low-speed, low-power Bluetooth protocol. NFC does provide some advantages over Bluetooth, however, in that it draws a mere 15 milliamps of power, offers greater security, and skips the entire pairing process that has hassled Bluetooth users since the beginning of time. The only thing the user needs to do is tap two devices together to make them communicate. According to the NFC Forum, an association of companies that support NFC, NFC is to be used for sharing, pairing, and transactions. As you can see in this picture, NFC can be used for a wide variety of uses, ranging from anywhere from buying your ticket at the bus station to getting access into your office at work. Now that we have a basic understanding of what NFC is, I'm going to talk a little bit about the basic architecture behind it. So one of the key things about NFC is that there's always an initiator and there's always a target. The initiator is the one that actively generates the RF field, or radio frequency, that can power a passive target. This enables NFC targets to take a very simple form factor such as tags, stickers, key fobs, etc. So there are two modes in NFC, passive mode and active mode. In the first mode, passive, the initiator device provides an RF signal and the target device answers by modulating the existing field. NFC peer-to-peer communication is possible through the latter, or active communication, in which each device alternates turns generating radio frequency fields. The NFC Forum defines 4 types of tags, which provide 4 different types of communication speeds and capabilities in terms of configurability, memory, security, and write endurance. Here's an image from the NFC Forum that shows some of the different applications that NFC can support and some of the underlying protocols that supports them. While NFC seems to be fairly robust and taking off around the world, it wasn't always so. If you know what RFID is, radio frequency identification, then you know a great deal about NFC. Essentially, the biggest thing between NFC and RFID is that NFC is a two-way communication and evolved from the one-way communication that RFID provides. As you can see, the first RFID patent was awarded in 1983, and it wasn't until 2004 when the NFC Forum was created by Sony, Philips, and Nokia that NFC started to take off. In 2009, the Forum released many of the standards that are in use today. In 2010, Google released the Nexus S, the only NFC-enabled Android phone. It is able to use Google Wallet and MasterCard PayPass, which are pioneers in NFC transactions. If you look around Oxford, you'll see many of the MasterCard PayPass devices, similar to the one that I'll be demoing in just a few moments. So today I'm going to be demoing the NFC chip inside this Samsung Nexus S for Verizon, and I'll be using it on the back of my Miami University student ID card, in which I have an RFID chip. What's interesting is that the NFC phone or the NFC protocol is actually evolved from the RFID protocol itself, and that NFC can actually speak two-way communication while RFID can only speak one-way. So what's really interesting is that NFC essentially speaks the same protocol as RFID. So here's an example of a Google Wallet or PayPass device. So basically all I would do if I were paying for gas or whatever I was getting, I would just tap my phone if I have a credit card loaded on here and tap it straight to PayPass, and the transaction would go like that. So here I'm going to open up the app that allows me to see tagged information. So all I have to do is take this phone and tap it, touch a tag for info, and there we go. So it says MSCIC recognized, and hopefully we can see here. Alright, so it will tell me the manufacturer of the chip, which was NXP, the IC type, and if I go over here you can actually see the memory, which is on the card, and it's 2 kilobytes. And then here's various hardware information, as well as the protocol, which you see down there, and
the production date, which was week 41 of 2010. So that's pretty cool. You can see all the information that the RFID chip emits.
Here's my brief crash course in NFC. I hope you enjoyed it.